We're coming at you live from PTC 2020 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And I am now going to attempt to pronounce your last name. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Over here to my right is Denitza Arguirova.
Arguirova, almost.
Dang
There
it.
you go.
I was so close. I felt really close. Denitza is the Director of Data Center Development at Provident Data Centers. Denitza, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, now you said you weren't going to look at the camera, and you just did, and it was perfect.
Well, there we go.
See? Okay, so now let's get into okay, exciting news on the Provident side.
Yeah.
What's going on? Tell me everything.
Well, Provident Data Centers, as you know already, is part of Provident Realty Advisors, which is a Texas-based company.
Mhm.
And so we have partnered with Powerhouse to build one of the
We
largest.
love Powerhouse.
Yes,
Mhm.
a great partner
Yeah.
indeed. So we will develop a 768-acre data center campus
Well, that's
in
kind of small, right?
yeah, kind of.
You know, I'm kidding, right? It's
Right.
huge, right?
In Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex, which is a pretty hot market actually.
It is a hard market. Why Dallas? Obviously, it's because it's a hot
Yeah.
market, and
Mhm.
because of demand. I'm assuming.
Because of a large demand, as we know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of demand there from the hyperscalers and the operators, and we're quite unique actually in that sense because we will be one of the largest campuses in south of Dallas. So
I assume that was going to be one of the bigger campuses
Right.
in that market. And speaking of. Okay, yeah, Dallas Fort Worth data center market is one of the hottest in the country. We talked about
Right.
all of that already.
Yeah.
So what sets your data center apart from the others in the market?
Yeah. So what sets us apart is really the sheer size. I mean,
Mhm.
it's in terms of acreage, it is a
Mhm.
very, very big campus, and also in terms of power capacity. So
I was hoping we'd go there, Denitza.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's a big deal for the industry.
Yes.
So we have been approved for 500 megawatts today from ERCOT for that campus, and it will be a multi-phased campus. So
Mhm.
that's just the first phase.
Mhm.
But we are developing at the moment, actually, and in engineering for the first 345 kV handoff on site, with the switchyard being able to accommodate up to 1.8 gigawatts. And
That is legitimate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
So,
no, it already
yeah.
sounds like a big deal. Okay, we can't talk about data centers and not talk about AI.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine that this massive campus is going to be able to support these very high density applications and do all of that as necessitated by the advent of AI and the deployment of AI. From Providence seat, where is AI taking the data center space, generally speaking?
Right. So I think that, for the AI side, I mean, AI and high compute in general,
Mhm.
this needs to be hosted in, sophisticated, well-equipped data center campuses.
Mhm.
And Provident Data Centers is actually focusing tremendously on this and pioneering this in
Mhm.
the primary and up and rising markets
Yeah.
around the U.S. So the way we stand out is we are actually bringing, pad ready up to high quality developments for end users with,
Mhm.
ample power capacity to
Yeah.
each of our sites. And so our actual our DFW site is a key example of meeting those AI needs
Mhm.
and this complexity behind it, while we're also trying to ensure the reliability there and the efficiency and the operations for the end user.
Yeah, it's not enough to just build it and
Yeah.
have power if
Yeah.
it's not being built correctly. Because
Absolutely.
you think about like the way
Mm.
data centers, these kind of legacy big boxes, right?
Mhm.
That is not the same formula that we need today, that we're building today, in
Right.
order to accommodate these high density applications like AI, et cetera, et
Right.
cetera. And so I imagine when you folks go in Dallas Fort Worth, your
Mhm.
first thought is, are we going to be able to build a kind of future forward state of the art facility that's
Right.
going to be relevant when it's done,
Right.
not
Right.
just today?
Right, and also again back to capacity in terms of the DFW site that was just announced. I mean, we are trying to accommodate for the enormous power capacity that would come into that area,
Yeah.
especially to our site, and that's exactly to your point for the AI needs. AI is a tremendous consumer
Yeah.
of power,
Yeah.
so we are planning ahead in terms of accommodating, even with our switch yard and the infrastructure, to accommodate for a bigger load and a bigger demand that's coming. Yeah.
Well, good. I mean, it sounds with a facility
Yeah.
that size, I imagine you're anticipating that demand to not go anywhere for
It's
at
going to
least a
keep going
decade.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's predicted to keep going up and rising. So as long as there's innovation, as long as there's growth in high compute,
Yeah.
it will only get bigger. But power consumption will only get larger.
Yeah. That's all I have. I mean,
Well,
that was a
there you
quick
go.
3 to 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was
No.
great. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it was my
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us on JSA TV.
Thank you so much.
You got it. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. Stay connected, stay curious, stay healthy. I'd like to stay in Honolulu.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll see you soon.